Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the I am, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Psalms chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, then thou shalt have good success. Oshay chapter 1 and verse 8. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh, yes, we're in the law. Yes, the day after the Sabbath. Yes, the Sabbath was on Sunday, according to my calculations. It was on Sunday. And best you can do is rest. Your meal all prepared and you're done ate and everything is good. Yeah. Praising the Most High, just rest, period. You might sit back, listen to some music or whatever, whatever have you, and just think on the goodness of the Almighty. The universe belongs to the I am. I see on social media where they say I am, they mean you, but this is not what the Bible is talking about. The I am means I am that I am. I am what I am to you. I am what I am to you. I am what I am that I do for you and that I do around you. Yes, and to you. Yes, and then you had the thing come up about God creating evil. It's evil. Yes, God creates evil. Doesn't mean God is evil. He's evil to the evil. He's evil to the transgressor. He's evil to the wayward man. He's evil to the fool. Yes, God created evil. He is the evil that is contrary to your evil. And his evil definitely don't make no sense to you. His evil is his evil is the law. The law is evil to the contrary one. The law is evil to the one that would walk contrary to it, even the whole world. You ask yourself, why are we suffering? Read the law. Are you walking according to it or are you walking against it? He is the president. He is the one, the governor. He is the lawgiver of the whole entire universe. Not just the earth. The angels, the spirits, what we call them, whether they be good or whether they have rebelled against him, which is evil, which makes them evil. Yes, he created them. Although they're evil, yes, he created them and they're evil. He created them and they're evil. They're evil. He created the evil, which may have been once good. You have to watch these translators. You have to be careful. The law stands sure. It's fair. I can look at the law and I can say, yeah, that's fair, that's fair, that's fair. Yes, and this is how God is. This is what is perfect. This is what is pure. What is fair. Not in your own eyes, but according to the Most High's eyes. That is fair. Oh, glory to God. Yes, he is good. He is good. We go after his God. We go after his law. Out of all what the Bible says historically or whatever, everything has to stand on the law. See, this is where many miss it at. This law is universal. This law is unto the angels. This law is unto mankind. It's unto creatures and animals. There's a law. He's a lawgiver. But yet we reside with the fallen spirits who walk contrary to his law. But they can only walk so much because they're afraid they might be terribly destroyed. You say God cannot destroy himself. That's what man was saying. God can destroy your consciousness. He can destroy your mentality. He might not destroy that spirit. We don't know. There's many things we don't know about this spirit we call God, that we have given many names. Allah, Yahweh, Yahuwah. Oh yes, Sanini Nanini Tata and Zambi. Yes, we've given him many names in our languages, hopefully according to our languages. But yet, it means I am. Allah would mean God. We don't know exactly. You have some that come out and told lies saying it means, I'm not saying I'm Muslim, and I ain't saying I'm going Muslim, which I'm not. But either way, the fact is I give due diligence to who due diligence belong to. Period. I give it to them. If that's the way they say God, that's the way they say God. If God acknowledged them in that way, good. But his law, not Sharia law, not Catholic law, not all these other laws. God's law is harsher even than Sharia law. He doesn't sew up a woman's genitals because she wants to cheat. No, he charges those who should be modeled after his law, even the Judeans, to put such a one to deletion, to execute them, to erase them. An adulterer is a thief, one who gives away what is not his or hers without going through the proper way of doing it. Yes, if you are a woman and you're giving away your virginity, that calls you to commit whoredom. The same thing what it is in the spirit as it is in the natural. All mankind belongs to God. And he that would straighten his life out according to the law that God had given to Jacob, the Israelites. I ain't talking about them folk walking around in them doily looking English curtains, silkish looking English curtains, but I'm talking about those who would obey the law, not according to the New Testament. The New Testament contradicts the law. How, what did you say? Oh, that's another story for other days. But either way, the law is everything. This is why they sung about it. This is why they praised God. They told him to show him his way. They didn't have, the book of the law was not written for everybody. It had to be it had to be listened to. Excuse my arrangement of English. But either way, it had to be listened to. But now we have books. It may not have the book of the law that Moses read from, or Oshay read for, or even Zerubbabel or Ezra or the priest during the last time that we've read. It's now we have what we call the collected books. The collected books are books that different men have written that were collected by, should I say, those who wanted to know, and they put it together to have a series of books. Now, some books belong with those books, such as those were written of old and have proven themselves. Now, you got some that are just plain old letters, which we call the New Testament. Those books didn't belong. They do not belong at all. But we're going to briefly be with you here in the book of Leviticus. Yes, Leviticus chapter 18. We're talking about relations. I think we ended on relations. Leviticus chapter 18, and we're going to start at verse 9. We might have read that before, but we're never going to stop going over the law. This is going to be a day, whether we repeat it 3 and 4 times, it doesn't matter. The law is the law. Many, though you have a book in your hand, you will not read the law. Even if it's in the historical format. This is the law, period. It's the universal law. The angels obey the same law. Yes, they do. And it reads, we have just discussed how the nakedness of thy father's wife thou shalt not uncover. He might have, see, this is where a man having more than one wife is condoned, or is, should I say, allowed in God's eyes. This is where it is allowed. You say, well, where is the law? This is right. This is it right here. The nakedness of thy father's wife thou shalt not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, whether she be by that woman that he married second or first or whatever, or the daughter of thy mother. Now that's the mother you had with your father, whether she be born at home or born abroad. He might have went somewhere and had copulation with the woman, married her, and they had a daughter, but he did not retrieve her until later. Even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. It is whoredom. It is, the Greek called it fornication. What does the Bible call it? A very harsh word, whoredom. You either a whore or you are a whoremonger. You desire those who like to give that which is not theirs away to others. The woman gives it away to her suitor. They call it fornication, or they call it hoe phase, or whatever you want to call it. No, it doesn't work like that. The Bible calls it as it is, whore. We have an acronym for it called 304, because some platforms, when you comment, they tag you on a violation. It's really hypocritical. Yes, I said that right. Yes, hypocritical. Yes, it is. Verse 10, he says, the nakedness of thy son's daughter. No, that's your grandchild, your granddaughter, or thy daughter's daughter. That's your grandchild. No, that is abomination. It is adultery. It is whoredom. It is lewdness. Even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. Although this is in the Old English, it is correct. It is in the Old English, and it is correct. For theirs is thine own nakedness. It's your granddaughter. Anything that's attached to you. He's saying right here, all of this is immediate family. Up to verse 10. Now we're going to get to a little bit more. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter. He might have father's wife daughter. What does that mean? He married a baby mama. She had a child. And you will not uncover it, because she has become a part of his flesh, and also her daughter has become a part of your father's life too. So you have to leave that alone. Begotten of thy father. She is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The same thing. They married other women that had other children back then. But yes, it is talking about thy father's wife, daughter. He begotten. See, now look at that word begot. Begot means having copulation with a woman. God, his only begotten son. They've bamboozled you in the New Testament. They've lied to you. They said God had copulation with Mary. How can God begot when he forbid even the watchers to beget of women? Now we're speaking in the Old English. This is ludicrous. Its folly is foolish. If you cannot see through the falseness of the New Testament right now, you are very much in demonic rebellion. Yes, you are. Very much. You call yourself an Israelite, you're yet in sin. You still commit adultery. You call yourself or anything else. I don't care how you got your little, how many people follow, it doesn't matter. God is not about the amount. He's about the quality. It's not about the quantity, but the quality of those who follow God. Even the I am. Okay, yes, we're going to say this right. The nakedness of thy father's wife, daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Either way, whether he married her and she had a daughter, or that daughter was begotten by him. Begotten means you had copulation with a woman. When the Bible speaks of begotten, regardless of what kind of definition they give them, begotten have defined itself right here. God did not beget Jesus of Mary. He did not have a, a man genital and they committed copulation as man, husband and wife. No. The Bible even says the only begotten Son of God. See, that New Testament, it's a lie. He begetteth not. He says, be and it is. Pagans is what they are. And they say, oh, I'm not in paganism. I love my Jesus. My Yahweh, my Yahuwah, my Yahusha, should I say. You love your idol. You love your lie is what you love. I take the New Testament out of one Bible, I tore it out and threw it in the trash. The other one, I'm going to use it to, I'm going to cook sweet potatoes with it. But either way, just burn it. It's no good. The law, even if you don't have the other books, if you can have the law by itself, that's all you need. And that which you can do, you do. And that's to live according to the moral standards of the law. And that which comes later. God said he will cleanse the sons of Levi and it will be right and well with you. And they shall cleanse the people. Not no one man. The order of Melchizedek. Melchizedek was never known to have cleansed anybody. Why did Melchizedek die for all the people if it was after the order of Melchizedek? Why wasn't he sacrificed? Come on, here, they done fooled your butt. Let's put it this way. Melchizedek, some say, was Shem. It points to Shem, even if you read the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, the book of Jasher. Those are very important books that they have dismissed because it reveals who is who and how. Even Eve. There's no Satan that tempted Eve. This Satan had a name. It's written in the book of Jasher. This Satan had a name that tempted Eve. This was a fallen spirit of the messengers that they say. See, the Bible, you're going to have to take it and ask God to open your eyes to help you see what is being done here. Those people, they were not smart. The demons that were with them were the ones that guided them in how to write things and how to formulate things to make you think that it is so. Even your non-existent Paul, any man come to you with a gospel other than we have, a new good news better than we have. The good news is that God will come himself with 10,000 of his anointed. That is the good news. To execute judgment upon the earth. It's not no 144,000. That's a lie. Oh, you just missed it. You just missed it. You listen to too many heathen. You listen to too many heathen. Now, God gives you a lot of liberties. He doesn't give it to you. He just has his laws, and that which is not contained in the law is not sin. But he covers it all, even in this historical account. Yes, he does. Let's again. He says now in verse 12, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister. She is thy mother's near kinswoman. These are near kin, your aunties. No, auntie, no, don't mess with your nephew. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Little girl, young lady, do not go about tempting him. Thou shalt not approach unto his wife. She is thine aunt. That's still uncovering your father's brother. This is your near kin. That's your cousin. First cousin. Now thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. That's your son's wife. This is what he's saying. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness in verse 15. No. You do not go ask your son's wife to or your brother's son's wife to lay with you. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. These are near kins. That is your first cousin. He didn't even say your mama, but he says now it gets to your mother. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. In other words, you cannot have the mother and daughter of the wife. You can't do it. God says, no, I don't want you doing this. It is whoredom. It is adultery. It is an abomination before the Most High, worthy of erasure. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter. Now, it gets specific right here. No, you just don't do that. To uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kids. Now, he gets in very much detail. It is wickedness, and wickedness is cause for deletion or execution. And those who will testify that you are doing these things in that day and time will lay their hands on your head and accuse you before the council. And what will the council do? Command the people to stone you. In this day and time, they would have to shoot you, to put it correctly. And if they lie, then they would suffer that same fate as you have. See, this is where you have the heathen. They have lied on many. And the lies that they've told, they've gotten away with, even though they were found to have lied. Now, that's where God's judgment comes. But God, he puts the law into the hands of Israel. The Israelites. He puts the law into the hands of the Israelites and tells them, you do it. I've told you what is right. Some people know it. Everybody knows it's wrong, from the heathen to the baby. It's already in their heart. But they choose to walk contrary, thinking that it's their gain, for a feeling, for a clout, for braggadocious reasons or whatever. Yes. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to trouble her. Thou shalt not take a wife to her sister. This is saying you can have more than one wife. Thou shalt not take a wife to her sister to trouble her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime. In other words, you ain't gonna lay in the same bed with two women also. Now, after she is gone, then you can take a wife, her sister. This is abomination. This is whoredom. It's adultery. It falls under that category. For thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Her period, to put it plainly. For those of you nasty, dirty, low down folks, yes, her period. You will wait the time that God had told you to wait. When she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile her, defile thyself with her. It is adultery. He covers it all in detail. And that is called for execution. You stole from that man, and she gave that which is not hers unto another, which is stealing too. Woman, you say, well, it's my body, it's my choice. Yes, it's your body, it's your choice either to live or die. Yes, you're right. Neither shalt thou allow with any beast to defile thyself. Okay, now it calls, it says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. He's talking about LGBTQ. It's what he's talking about. Really, you can take the Bible and throw it away. You can delete it. You can burn it. You can jump up and down. But no, man cannot be with man nor marry man. Woman neither with woman nor marry woman. This is a commandment. This is the law of the Most High, the creator of all the universe. This is a law of all the universes. Neither do you find the spirits of the Most High copulating with each other. Man is foolish. We are very foolish. Until God open our foolish eyes, we will continue to be foolish in all our intricacies of intelligence. In these things, these very simple things, we are very foolish. We are. And these are the things that drown most of us, because our desire is strong. But to him that would order his steps aright after the word of the Most High, he's already ordered your steps. You just have to step in them. It's just, he don't just take control. No, he don't do that. You're just trying to not be held accountable, but God will hold everyone accountable. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down unto a dog, goat, sheep, anything. It is abomination. Defile not yourself with any of these things, for in all these nations, the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. The Canaanites were doing it. The Canaanites wasn't the ones you see today in Palestine. They wasn't the Palestinians. They wasn't those people who they say don't talk about, because they hold them dear in this land. But if you're in another land, you can talk how you want to talk. You're not under no government that forbids you to talk about a certain folk. To me, they're just Europeans. Yes. But either way, defile yourself in any of these things. This is just before Israel went into Canaan. And if we do these things before the Most High in all sincerity and reverence toward him and his creation, not only the creation of man, but the creation of his beast to walk after our kind, we will have peace.